Okay, this is the first tutorial in the Inkscape series. In this tutorial, I'll simply introduce the Inkscape program and introduce the concepts of fill and stroke. So Inkscape is, again, a scalable vector graphics program. This means that we can size things indefinitely and they will never pixelate. It's great for graphic design, for logos, advertisements, business cards. There's a lot of different applications here for Inkscape. It's 100% free. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you'll need to bring up is the fill and stroke box. So if you just go to Object and then Fill and Stroke, you'll get this dialog box up. So let's go ahead and grab our Stars and Polygons tool. Now notice when I click on it, my properties will change at the top of the program. And that's for any of these tools. So just realize that's where your properties are. So again, let's go to the star. Let's go ahead and make 6 corners. Spoke ratio, I'm going to bring down a little bit. And again, they don't have to be perfect, guys. And then I'm going to have pointy corners. So this is just to kind of play around with. So I'm going to go ahead and draw shape. Okay, once you get your shape, I went back to my pointer, and a lot of these you have to go back to your pointer, so a good shortcut to know is F1 to get your pointer. So again, if I'm on any other tool, if I hit F1, boom, I have my pointer. So that's a great shortcut. Okay, so let's look at our dialog box here. So first of all, if you just want flat fill, and that's always the default, you can just simply click down here and it'll change my fill. Okay. Another great shortcut is if you hold Shift and click any of these, it will change your stroke. So again, just clicking changes your fill. Shift will change your stroke color. Okay. So let's look at some more of the advanced options here with fill first. So in here we have no fill, flat fill, and linear gradient, radial gradient. You have patterns you can use. And those are kind of the 4 that we'll keep with for now. So let's go ahead and look at the radial gradient. So I'm going to click on the radial gradient. Okay, now a gradient is simply a blend between 2 colors. So in this instance, it's a blend between a black and a white. So let's go ahead and edit that gradient. I want to change these colors. So I'm going to click here on Edit, and I get this new dialog box. Now, what they are is called stops, meaning this is the black stop and then this is the white stop, and we're going to fix that one. So let's go ahead and go to the second stop, and I want to first of all take my alpha channel all the way up so it's not opaque, and then I'm going to just change that to a red. So now you can see it's going from black to red. Okay. So let's say I want to add one more color in there. So I'm going to go ahead and say Add Stop. So now you'll notice we have 3 stops. So I'm going to go to that new stop I added, which is this middle one. I'm going to make that one green. Okay. So now I have a 3-stop gradient, and you can see your gradient up here. So I'm kind of going from black to this green to the red. Okay. So that is radial gradients. So I'm going to close this gradient editor, and what I want to show you is how you can adjust this gradient so it has a little different look. So I'm on my object, and I'm going to click over here on my gradient editor. Once I click that, with the radial gradient you can choose kind of the look and the feel of your gradient by simply moving some of these nodes and stretching them out. If I wanted it to come from this corner and stretch out, I could do that. Okay, and then these little middle ones will adjust kind of the stretch of each color. Okay, so that's pretty easy for gradients. Let's go ahead and just take a peek at patterns. So patterns there's a lot of different patterns in here. It's just another way to fill. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at the strokes. Strokes are really very similar to your fill. Again, you have flat, radial, linear, and pattern. And you can easily change those. And really there's not much. What I wanted to point out here is your stroke style. So here's your width. So a lot of times we want a little thicker stroke, and you can see mine is growing. The other things are the cap. So right now I have a flat cap. And with this shape you're really not going to see that. The other thing you can change is you can kind of change what the look of it is here with the line style. And these are a little tricky, guys. You're not clicking, like we do in normal programs. You have to click and hold and then choose the style that you'd like. Okay? So that's just a quick introductory again to fill, stroke, and stroke style.